Astra Abyssosque. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine! Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Wait, say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that in that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting—
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see—
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head?
From when she said—
So it's been you this whole time? Are you done with—
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was— I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me a—
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together.
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream?
No! We aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her.
Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning.
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival?
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here.
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Let's continue our chat here.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida?
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts. I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia, even the core of it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course.
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legend. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. No way.
You mean it'd be too easy?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve in this. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own self.
That's a good point.
We're in the dark as of now, since we still don't know anything about their goals. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their...
Are we really out of... Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already!
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Setaria?
Setaria. Paimon remembers now. We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilou.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Setaria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert, and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Setaria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her...
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore. Right. We must send that way. Not only can we get useful intel from her, but from my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the act. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a quick chat with a few of... This should be Setaria's favorite fortune.
So she...
No, I already have enough information on Setaria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
Talking style?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom.
Huh? Really?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a
Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health prospects. No problem at all. Oh, the gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for... many tens of thousands of years. Harut, Marut, did you...
Actually, Paimon thinks this is
I admit that the orientation...
Is that so? Well,
if you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
we caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret, and I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the
I see. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet you.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking...
Nahida, you've
It's my duty to protect Samari City.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before. Huh? If I recall, you were having...
Ah, that's right. I've always been really... After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy Hilly.
So, was that everybody?
3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to... I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be wary of us. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction...
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King, and then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Exactly.
Huh? Best of luck!
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically...
That is pretty convenient.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating...
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as...
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing...
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it.
All right.
이름자를... 언니...病気になっよっやや行こう来たぞセタレだやっぱりまずはこっそりついていってセタレが知り合いと話してる時に隠れた場所を見つけて憑依しましょう。どんな話でセタレを動揺させるかについてはあなたに任せるから。緊張するぞ。 話が始まったみたいだぞ。隠れた場所を見つけて憑依しようぜ。
そうね。確かに恋愛に関することは無理にとは言えないし、私の周りにいる人も私と身分が違いすぎるから。ねえ、聞いてる？
ああ、聞いてるわよ。
そう。さっき、あら？猫ちゃんたち、この子たち、普段は結構温厚だったわよね。名前は何だったっけ？あら、そんな名前だった？そうだ。
ああ、実は。
そうだったの。結構大変なのね。
そうだ。今日は何？
それが、また恋愛運を占って欲しかったんだけど、正直、最近は心が乱れてて。
乱れて？
いっそのこと、私のプロジェクトがいつ完了するのかを占ってく。
そう。まあまあ、そんなことは。神はこう言せたれ。
家に帰る？
せたれ。
ごめん。ねえ、聞きたいんだけど、ナビア、君の耳元。
幼稚で無礼な問題ね。
スカーレットキング？通りでそのこと。確かに最近スカーレットキング復活の噂が広く流れているけど、あれは全て教令員がわざと流した偽情報だもの。スカーレットキングがまだいるはずがないわ。
無礼な。私はスカーレットキングさ。
いいえ、私はただスカーレットキング様の恩恵がここまで広め。スカーレットキング様のお言葉についてしっかりと反省しておくわ。ごめん。それじゃあ今日は。
待って。小走りで行っちゃったな。悪くなかったわ。セタレも怪しんではいないようだった。心の中でずっと避けていた事柄について、ここに来て急に問いかけられるなんて。ナヒーダ、お前、これは実践に欠ける知論派の理論に過ぎないわ。まあ、あなたたちと過ごす中で、この理論の多くが間違ってるってことに気づいたから、よくわからなくなってるけど。さて、そんなことは置いておいて、セタレを追いましょう。やっぱりアキモのところに来たな。早く憑依の準備をしようぜ。
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's... Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port O...
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos. He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those—
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray—
Akeem! You don't mean—
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this!
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything.
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan!
So, Shishan, like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something? Wait, did you just say attic? I thought this place—
well, oh, right. I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's low—
Shishan, don't tell me that you—
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia.
Please, please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her.
She can no longer justify everything.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards!
This is the most important part.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct?
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their—
Heretics?
What kind— The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him. But
Miss Sataria,
you know—
the Scarlet King is immortal. And you must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared. Child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that I've also been running from my guilt, but no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it,
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy—
How do you know me so well? Are you truly
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia, and if you could provide some assistance in this matter.
I've actually never believed in the gods. Please tell me, what can—
How much—
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zero. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential— I've just been working to meet the Grand Sages. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city. And even the sages—
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a—
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though. I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see... let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance.
Don't worry about that. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again.
All right,
So,
that'll depend on the
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the God of Wisdom, she's also the one Maybe it's time for me to find a
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to...
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one who does... Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hit.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying...
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at... That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card will... After all, the Academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of...
Yep. Exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's... Off? What do you feel is up? It's the middle of the night.
No, I think he's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire...
Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe...
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here...
Well, regardless... There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the Academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards. This hour of the night.
The triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the Academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Samir City! What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, All these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Oh no, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
What? That guy's a Fatui Harbinger! We can't just leave you here!
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru! Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently. And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor. Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis? Yeah, things Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right? You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him? And even though he turned it down at the time, there's no time to lose.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you? Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around. Core of 30? We're nothing like the... We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate.
The outcast? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on...
You're up,
Following orders.
Gotcha. Huh?
Solidify! Order guide you.
I'm going in!
That's close enough. New punching bag. Take that!
Busted. Teamwork is trick.
I'll be back.
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Gotcha. Let's light it up.
Try to keep up. You want this one?
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenary? Yeah. Looks, but this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an going up against...
It's raining again? This isn't good. If the rain washes away the traces...
Oh, it's the traveler in Paimon. Where do you...
Kale! It's that...
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tighnari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Oh, Kale! Speaking of Tighnari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk...
Oh, Master Tighnari? You just left the Avidia...
He left? What? Isn't Tighnari always say...
I thought it was weird too. Master Tighnari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all the... to leave in such a hard... Master Tighnari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia. And part is... I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tighnari once spent a long time conducting research at Party's DI.
A research base, huh? Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tighnari, please send him my regards.
Got it. Will do.
This is getting interesting.
Busted. Take it easy.
You're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure now.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or—
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened.
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the Doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to— Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
What a relief.
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the Doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then, how do we stop? Ugh, it feels like— Plus, the Doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your You didn't come here for sightseeing, right?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is—
Okay, let's just—
Take it easy. Traveler?
The voice! It's Hypatia!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the—
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, wait, no. Did you already—
My consciousness has already met—
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating when my consciousness made contact with the god.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Earth. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish—
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but—
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneo.
Where are you—
All right now.
Hold my hand. I'll help you a step.
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laughed in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's? But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that...
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such... Alas, if only that would...
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
You... Why? I found divine wisdom.
Apasia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I... already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
grasp him! Are you okay, Nahida?
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean you're conscious? Wait, then where...
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me the doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown.
Oh no! Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense! Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing! Even in a moonless night, a shower of... Paimon knows the moon illusions and... Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does the...
Your guess is correct, but the situation...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so...
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question.
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that, all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardes Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru Village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation. The Doctor and the Balladeer. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so
I'll stay here for now. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Take it easy.
It's raining again? Oh, this isn't good. If the rain washes away the traces, it's gonna set us back a long way. This blinding sunlight is such a pain. No way I can get a nap in this weather. Take it easy. A chest full of valuables, and a trove of potential clues. Gotcha! See? Take it easy.
We finally made it to Caravan Rebot. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be...
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, Ethan went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the... Where did he go? How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already...
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, and these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must... Which brings me back to you. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, to have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized...
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind...
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that... But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about... No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But...
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement.
It's always better to travel with some...
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Crumble!
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool...
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own... Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in all Hatham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Al-Hatham done something wrong? Huh?
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to...
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's... If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resource?
I should have known you'd be difficult.
You two? Ugh! What you...
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's... Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe... It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some... Hey, did either of you hear...
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over...
Someone's calling for us!
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two.
All right.
Well... Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other? The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sand... Please, let me introduce myself.
Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older...
All right, now that we're all better acquainted,
We should... As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict, and now that you have set foot within Aru Village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to... So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with... If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sands.
Oh,
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself...
All right, I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those...
Wait, that was you
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been... Rather...
Huh?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very... Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he's somehow... Well, Sino, if that's your...
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and
Yes, I was indeed tasked. After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me. Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information. Namely, from my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect it. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine...
Criminals do love to talk.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebot.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. After all...
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. And now you, Dia. I believe it's...
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking... My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru Village for a visit. I was but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless...
Is that all? Well...
That's more like it.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take...
Creatures?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry.
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right.
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing—
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sand—
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the—
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Things are about to get dicey. I'm going in!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! Quietly now.
The creatures stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full. I am the Chief of Aru Village. Everyone usually calls me...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now.
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes—
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single
Village keeper?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So
alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these... But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you...
I'll be grateful for the assistance. Let's start by finding a spot to share what...